Kirsten, your birthday's coming up on the 10th. You would have been 16. Yep, you would have been driving and scaring the shit out of your dad. Oh, I don't care about if David drives. I don't care about what David does. As far as I'm concerned, David is just doesn't exist to me. He knows why. Yes, sweetheart, I will never look at your brother the same ever. Because I know. No matter what he says or tries to do, he knows I know. That's why he keeps his distance. That's why he keeps his mouth shut. Because he's working on his manipulation game. And he's too scared to attempt what he's already come up with because he knows his dad ain't stupid. I know, baby girl, if you were here, the story would already be over. They know that. I'm sorry that I thought the police would actually do something. It is their job. But they ignored you every time. And that's why they're covering things up. Because they know their job depends on it. Yeah, that's another reason why your mom involved the whole community and had her friends do it. So it wouldn't look like she did it. She did it. This is exactly what you all were talking about. And yep, every time I confronted her about it, she used it as, oh, I'm getting abused. Yeah, that was more manipulation. But of course, these dumbass cops don't see that, or they choose not to. One of the two. Oh, yeah, you would have been 16. We would have been talking about this a lot. You're old enough to talk. You were old enough to talk when you were just before this happened. You were only 9 years old. You're very smart for your age. You were shy and goofy, which is, ain't nothing wrong with that. Of course, this would be your hell years because girls go through hell through their teenage years. They do. They get an empowerment in them, boy, and it is like the devil himself has shown. Not all, but a lot. Dudes, they go through a different, but yeah, they can end up just as rowdy and obnoxious. Yep, it's true. Yeah, kind of glad that we didn't go to the JoJo concert that I was going to take you to because that one is not a very good musician from what I see. But back then, she wasn't acting like that, and that was something that you and your friends liked. So naturally, you're gonna start liking that artist too. But I don't think you knew how crazy that little chick was. Shoot, your dad didn't even. I still don't think it was all her doing either. Dad used to care about life only because you guys were here. Now I don't. Your brother, your sister, and your other brother are over the age of 18. They are on their own. And Uncle Ronnie tried to get me to say to be a real man, I have to apologize for things that I didn't do. Nope. I'm not going to sit here and admit to some the things that I didn't do just to appease a crowd because they want to believe it so bad. I'm not doing that. I will admit to anything I've done wrong. And I will also explain my position on why I thought that was a good idea or why I was in the middle of such and such situation. Some of the situations, I had no other alternative. I had to do things a certain way. And that was because of people messing with the situation before I got to it or even knew it was happening. Yeah, that's a father working and people doing things behind his back. They knew what they were doing. It wasn't an oops, and they were trying to be helpful, even though that's what they tried to play it off as on some things. There was no way. What you were attempting was trying to be helpful. That's how it ended up so badly. It's almost like they wanted it to be as bad as it could be. Oh, I can understand screw ups and I can understand, you know, trying to help somebody. And from the way everything went down, you can tell that it was a complete accident. You can also tell when it wasn't, especially when the person knew what would happen and they deliberately did it the way that it would fuck it up. And what did they use that as? Oh, they didn't know. Well, if you didn't know, then why didn't you leave it alone? That's right, because you knew it would cause more work and stress for me. Not only that, you knew that you could blame it on me, other people that are just hearing the story, that weren't there to see what happened. Because trust me, a lot of these situations they ran their mouth about. If there were people there to see these situations, they would have a totally different outcome and outlook on these people. Jen was a mother that was too lazy to work for her child, so she made excuses and used everybody else as that excuse all the time. She was too lazy to even cook for her own self. Okay. I don't know how many times I would freaking be the one doing everything, and I mean everything, the whole fucking week. I'm the one working. I'm the one paying the bills. I'm the one taking care of the house. I'm the one taking care of everything. I'm the one taking care of the kid. She's not doing anything but sitting on her butt watching TV. That's actually what got me fired from Six Flags when I was working for a foreman for them because she didn't want me working the hours it took to do flooring because I'm very good at flooring. And once people find that out, we end up doing a lot of work. They bring in the big jobs or a lot of small ones to make a lot more money. because we can get it done. So they do it. And it does. It makes it makes decent money to where we are comfortable. But the girls don't like the fact of the hours. It's blue collar work. It is a lot of work, but it takes care of everything. Like I said. Anyway, Jen was put on bed rest and she was supposed to be at the apartment resting. Yeah, she was considered a very high risk pregnancy. She needed to, relax. So I took plenty of time off work to try and, make sure she stayed in bed and relaxed, which she did not. Every time I went out to do a side job or to make a little bit of money, she was running off in a dump truck with people that she shouldn't have been with. And you're supposed to be on bed rest and you're high risk and you're going to go riding around in an old bouncy dump truck with somebody I don't trust at all. This dude is always drunk, always on some type of alcohol or some type of drug, normally pills or whatnot, and you're just gonna go jump in a truck with him and run around all day. I come home, don't know where anybody's at, don't know what the fuck's going on. All I know is I walk out front and here she comes in the dump truck with him. Oh yeah, pregnant as can be, lowest fucking cut top she could find, yoga pants. And I'm sorry, but you're pregnant. Why are you trying to do that type of body bends and body language getting out of a fucking dump truck? You're lucky you didn't fall on your face trying to be provocative with the way you stood or bent getting out of a truck. I laughed because I was waiting for you to fall on your face, and you almost did. You're pregnant, and you don't give a shit. You're trying to show off for this dude you just got out of the truck with. And I'm watching it. It's the same thing you did with those teenage boys. Flaunting, bending over, making sure that they get a clear sight of things, and then smiling. Yeah. See, this is why I wish I had it on GoPro because I would point it all out. See, this, and this. That's not natural. That's provocativeness. That's not normal. Normal people that are just friends, no type of any type of secret bullshit. It's a thank you, open the door, step out, climb down, shut the door. It ain't all the hanging around, you know, bending over the seat with a low cut shirt and then making sure you bend this way and that way so they get a shot of the back. And I don't know what you were brushing off the seat or what you were fixing. It didn't have a seat cover, and I'm pretty sure you brushing that little bit of dirt off ain't gonna help nothing. If there was any dirt, I didn't see anything yet. But I just seen her bending over and acting like she was trying to fix a seat cover or brush a seat off, and I'm like, what the fuck? And she gets out the truck and she's like, "Oh, you're home." I said, "Yeah, I told you I wouldn't be going long." "Where the hell did you go?" "Oh, I went out for a ride in the dump truck." What? What part of bed rest don't you understand? Yeah. And then she purposely clogged a toilet just so she could flirt with the maintenance guy. And the maintenance guy has a guy that works with him. There's two of them, and they both normally come together if they're one of them's not on something else. Well, they ended up coming together for to this apartment, and he told me and showed me on his phone some of the conversation they were having. He recorded it, and I'm sitting here like, what the fuck? And I went straight to the dude's apartment. Yeah, that's why we ended up getting in trouble and kicked out of there because I got in his face. Of course, Jen tried to lie about it. She tried to lie about messing with Brian Little too, the one that was she was in a dump truck just being, you know, curious about a dump truck, which cool if you are, but not under these circumstances. And you lied. That wasn't what you were in the dump truck for.